I vividly remember seeing a bunch of surveys that said that women on dating sites actually find men with cats more attractive. Something about seeming more nurturing or emotionally intelligent.
On an unrelated note, I want y'all to meet my editor and content manager, Aslan.
Oh! He's flexing for the he trying to get that. He trying to get. He said, "Oh, man with cats more attractive. Hey, meet my."
$200K.
Alright, man, it's time for some casual Geographic. This dropped a couple of days ago. We finally reacted to it. It's an insane plot armor of cats. If you know, you know. Cats do have plot armor. Crazy, actually. I love this video. This little TikTok right here is actually hilarious. Nova with a prime. Thank you. Let's, Look. He was off the rip. He was throwing kitty paws. Little skibbity paps. Off the rip. Look. Pat.
Oh my God.
Letting him have it.
God, what in the... Mama, come get it. Oh Lord. Grab the girl hand. Oh Lord, you are...
Yo. He said, watch out.
Oh Lord. Grab the girl hand. Oh Lord.
Nigga grabbed him by the throat. Grab that nigga by the throat. Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Grab the girl hand. Oh Lord, you are... Oh.
Broken. A term used to describe a character so overpowered that they make the game stop functioning as intended and exploit the game's balance in their favor. Well, if cats aren't the most broken animals on the planet, God must have discontinued first place. I talk a lot about animals that got shafted by evolution. In fact, my most popular video today was about 10 of them. Well, if I ever do a video on nature's favorites, cats would surely be at the very top. Cats are arguably the most successful predators we've ever seen. With so many overpowered
Their reaction time is insane.
abilities, you'd swear it was plot armor. I don't even want to make this intro too long, so here's 10 superpowers your cat has that you may or may not have known. And number 1,
Skibbity pets.
0 fall damage. You've probably heard that cats always land on their feet, but the real flex is being able to fall from heights that would have any human furnishing a coffin. A 1987 study showed that out of 132 cats that were brought to an emergency vet in New York City after falling out of a high-rise, 90% lived and less than 40% required life-saving treatment. It gets even wilder when you realize that cats actually have a better chance of getting airdropped from a building and walking it off the higher the drop was. And it's all because cats understand physics. You see, when you're in free fall, you accelerate towards the ground until you reach terminal velocity, where you literally can't fall any faster. When cats reach TV, they splay their legs and kind of just parachute the rest of the way down. And instead of landing on their feet, they break their fall with their chest and abdomen. Obviously, they don't completely tank the hip.
That is crazy. That is fucking insane. Like, why can't we have that ability? Boy, I had the power to land on my feet every time. Listen, boy, I be out there doing some shit. I don't know what I be doing, but it'd be some shit. I be doing it, I swear to God.
But thanks to their relatively large surface area to weight ratio, they maximize the points of contact that smack the ground and therefore minimize the damage. And since cats apparently have lifelong beef with gravity, cats that reach terminal velocity instinctively know not to tense up but instead relax and basically turn themselves into a kite on the way down. The thing is, if they don't have time to reach terminal velocity, they end up getting hurt way worse. So like in a weird twist, cats that fall from 2 to 7 stories actually end up more down bad than the ones that touch Earth from 10 stories up. In fact, cats have about a 95% chance of falling from 10 stories and living. Meanwhile, the average human has a 95% chance of getting outlined with chalk. Oh, and don't think the cutoff's 10 stories either. One cat named Sabrina took a 32-story express trip to the
32 stories?
ground and walked away with only a punctured lung and a chipped tooth. Not
32 stories? Nigga, that's 32. That's a lot of stories.
to mention she was released and sent home 2 days later. Being impervious to fall damage is how snow leopards can not only make a living in the Himalayas, but can legit fall clear off a cliff and the only injury they take is to their pride. Speaking of plot armor, did you know cats are actually built to predict the weather? You see, cat hair attracts static electricity, so they can pick up on the buildup of electrical charge that often comes before a really bad storm. And the cat's inner ears are sensitive to sudden drops in atmospheric pressure which announce the arrival of a cloud assault. Technically so can we, it's why our ears do the most and pop on a plane, but it's just that cat ears are that much more sensitive. And they can even smell rain and lightning coming. It's so OP that sailors used to use cats aboard ships as a four-legged forecast. Apparently a cat with the zoomies means you could expect strong winds. A cat that sneezed was warning you of heavy rain. And apparently if one licked their fur against a grain mid-sail, then you better make like God's golfing cause it's finna hail. Now to be fair, a month surrounded by nothing but sea and seamen gives you a lot of time to just make stuff up. I mean, just how many sea monster stories was just a whale freeing his willy? But
I mean, you know, that's kind of crazy. But like, anyway, it's just wild, you know? It's wild, just a little wild, you know? Cats, man.
But there might be some truth to the cat.
Am I a cat because I can smell rain coming? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of niggas in the South, if you've been in the South a while, you can smell rain. I've grown that ability. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York, you know? Spent a little less than half my life up there, you know what I'm saying? But for the remaining half, like, you know, I've been here, you know, in the South. However, I can smell rain. When it's about to rain, you can smell that bitch. It's something in the air. You can smell it.
That thing. Cats will often spend extra time licking themselves before a bad storm since having damp fur helps with the static thing I told you about. So basically if cats could talk, we'd see a lot of meteorologists on unemployment. And speaking of no job, cats really managed to finesse their way into living in nearly 50 million homes in America rent-free. And one of the biggest reasons is because cats are the best manipulators nature has to offer. And if you think they aren't, you're probably a mark and you don't even know it.
Yo, let me tell you how Luna finessed the fuck out of me. Yo, chat, Luna finessed the fuck out of me, bro. And Ashley just watched it happen. Ashley watched that shit happen. So, boom, right? The power goes out. They got an automatic feeder. The power goes out, right? Power goes out. It throws off the time of the automatic feeder. So I didn't reset it. I didn't reset the timer. You know what I'm saying? So she comes and taps me. And it's around the time that they get their food. Because anytime she's hungry, she comes and she taps me. She does a little tap over here. Or she meows at me. And then I follow her. And she goes to where, you know, she wants me. If she wants to go in the garage, she'll walk me to the garage. If she wants the food, she'll walk to her food, roll over. If she wants pets, as soon as I get up, she'll get the rolling over. I pet her. Right? Cool. So, around this time, she's tapping and she's meowing. And she walks over to the food bowl. Now, mind you, the food bowl is empty. Bare empty. So, I'm like, okay, it's around the time that you guys eat. It's probably like 30 minutes after the food usually comes out. So, y'all didn't probably eat. You're trying to remind me. I'll give you a scoop. Give Uno a scoop, right? So, as soon as I walk in the house, I'm in the kitchen. She meow, meow, meow. You know what I'm saying? Ashley's in the kitchen or whatever. And I'm like, what happened? And she walks over to her food and she rolls. And I'm like, oh, you hungry? You know what I'm saying? Not thinking nothing of it. Scoop food out for her. Scoop food out for Uno. And then I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I finish scooping food out and I put the lid back on her, Ashley was like, she just finessed you. I said, huh? She was like, yeah, I literally fed them 30 minutes ago. I was like, why didn't you say nothing? She was like, I wanted to see you fall for it. She finessed the shit out of me, bro. Finessed the fuck out of me. Bowl was bare empty. Knew the bowl had to be empty. Knew what she was doing. And then I just got finessed, bro. L witness, facts. You watched me get played. You have a cat? I got two. She watched me get played like a fucking fiddle. I'm like, wow. And she already munching. She done munched half of what I gave her already. So it's not like I could take the food back. She's in the bowl going crazy. Finesse the fuck out of me, bro.
According to researchers at the University of Sussex, many cats will exploit their owners with a soliciting purr. It's more high frequency, triggers a sense of urgency in humans, and even someone resembles the cry of an infant, and we just have to assume that's intentional. And in experiments, not only did humans have a faster response time when hearing that purr compared to a normal one, it even affected people that never owned cats. This distress purr likely triggers a deep, innate nurturing response in humans, meaning you're literally hardwired to answer to it no matter what you were doing before. So apparently cats understand psychology too. That's not even really a joke because adult cats almost never meow to each other, but kittens do it with their mothers for food and warmth, and we have to assume they just figured out it works on humans too.
Ashley.
And it's not just pet cats with this talent. Tigers have been known to imitate the sounds of their prey to lull them into a false sense of security. Tigers have reportedly mimicked sandbar deer and black bears. Bro, just listen to this.
Are you mooing because you want to be one with the cows?
Wow.
I don't think that's how you trick cows into coming over.
They're like, hey, come over here real quick.
And
We
it's not
ain't
just
gonna eat
tigers.
you.
The South American margay will verbally cosplay as a baby monkey just to murk its parents like a Disney movie. And clearly the manipulation tactics were passed down. In fact, cats are so good at working people that they'd actually be great politicians, which is probably how Mayor Stubbs of Talkeetna, Alaska stayed in office for 20 years, even surviving assassination attempts by dogs, BB guns, and a deep fryer. But there's another special ability cats have, and it could arguably be the most overpowered of all.
Hey, real quick, we got new merch, man. There's the Share a Smile drop that had just released a couple of days ago. We got it in white, black, and tan. I bought back some of the old merch that was selling really good because you guys requested it. So make sure you go check out the store. It will be linked in the description. And enjoy the rest of the video, man. Peace.
Pretty privilege. It's how dolphins got Flipper, orcas got Free Willy. Meanwhile, the best movie deal shark management could get them was being typecast as Jaws. You see, there's this thing called baby schema. It basically means that humans have an intrinsic bias towards a certain set of facial features in people and animals, to the point where it just makes us want to protect them. And with their big head, wide eyes, and round forehead, cats literally remind us of babies. And even though it's a buff from nature, cats will 100% play into this by figuring out what combination of ear wiggling, whisker pointing, and eye narrowing gets the best response from people. Now add the fact that slow blinking with your cat can trigger oxytocin in both of you, the literal hormone that bonds a mother to her child, and you can see how cats were basically engineered to be irresistible. It's pretty privilege on every steroid possible. And it's wild because if any other animal had a reputation for cold indifference and global genocide, it'd be cause of pause, but because it's cats, we just let it slide. Cat cuteness virtually has us in a chokehold, and I said virtual for a reason. It's said that 15% of all internet traffic is driven by cat content.
Yes.
That's 50% of all the stuff on the internet.
Yo, cat videos go crazy everywhere. It don't, bro. Cat videos go crazy, bro. They do amazing numbers.
I want you to think about that during this ad. Matter of fact, and I'm willing to put money on it. For some of y'all, this ad's about to be cat related. Oh, you're back. Oh, by the way, was it cat related? I'm actually curious. But the thing that almost always gets forgotten is that cats give back as much as they take.
Oh, see, I ain't getting no ad. I got premium. No ads to me. Premium. Premium. You know what I'm saying? Boy, when I get to seeing an ad on YouTube, I get angry, boy. I get angry because why the fuck is there an ad on my shit? I'll be forgetting that YouTube really work on ads for real.
Which leads to their next flex, healing powers. And not just for them. Science says having a cat living under your roof easily extends your subscription to life. Studies show that cat owners are 40% less likely to suffer a heart attack and have a 30% less chance of getting clapped by cardiovascular complications. And since cardiovascular disease is one of the leading causes of preventable death today, cats are like a real-life one-up. Not to mention kids that grew up around cats have less of a chance of getting folded by allergies, especially if the exposure started in early infancy or even while they're still in the womb waiting room. And then there's the fact that just petting a cat can nerf stress levels and blood pressure. But if you really want to get literal about it, cats purr at a frequency that's said to improve bone density, repair tendons, and promote healing. I never really fully understood it, but apparently cats purr at a frequency that transmits vibrations throughout the body, vibrations that help increase blood flow to the affected area.
That's all my cat, that's all Uno does. If I'm laying down, he steps, lays right here. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what that means, chat? Get you a cat. You live forever.
Thereby bringing more nutrients. It's also believed that those same vibrations can help with soft tissue injuries like sprains and strains. I know I said they live rent-free, but considering all they do to carry our health, Again, I feel like we could let it slide. It's not just a buff to your health either. I vividly remember seeing a bunch of surveys that said that women on dating sites actually find men with cats more attractive. Something about seeming more nurturing or emotionally intelligent.
On an unrelated note, I want y'all to meet my editor and content manager, Aslan.
Oh, he's flexing for the hoes. He trying to get the hoes. Oh, it breeds my cat. They're both American short hair. He trying to get the hoes. He said, "Oh, man with cats more attractive. Hey, meet my pussy." I was really about to let that bitch slide. That's crazy. Don't clip that. Don't, please. I'm sorry, man.
Say hi, Aslan. Say hi. Huh? Oh, good boy.
I tried to find the articles online, but apparently there was a switch up and now women find cat owners less attractive. So on another unrelated note, yeah, he isn't mine. I'm actually just cat sitting for a friend. Shout out to you, Yusuf. Yeah, but anyway, cat claw armor is so strong that it might just be able to save you from cancer. We've all heard the stories of feline physicians detecting it in people before anyone else could. Cats have a sense of smell about 14 times stronger than humans, with their 200 million odor receptors to our pitiful, almost embarrassing 5 million. Tumors produce volatile organic compounds, and these VOCs leave the body through sweat and breath. And there's a lot of respected researchers out there that will die on the hill that cats can sniff it out the same way dogs can. In 2018, rescue cat Mia climbed on owner Michelle Pearson's chest and wouldn't get off for anything, sniffing and pawing at, the right one, while also meowing and looking at her, as cats do. It wasn't until her husband checked for himself that he felt the telltale lump, and that's how the cat that was rescued from certain death ended up returning the favor and saving her owner from stage 2 breast cancer. And that's
Wow, that's actually crazy. Hey, W fucking cat, man.
That's not even much of a reach, considering there's also stories of cats warning their diabetic owners of their potentially fatally low blood sugar. Either that, or cats can see the future and they'll choose to keep you in theirs if they like you enough. And even that's low-key valid, considering superpower number 7 is that cats have ultra instinct. Those whiskers can detect sudden changes in air currents to figure out the size, shape, and speed of nearby objects. It's like a whole radar system growing out of their face, and it's how a blindfolded cat is still hell on earth for any mouse in the area. Bro, I still don't think you're understanding just how much of a cheat whiskers are. Cats can even use their whiskers to figure out what direction their prey is trying to dodge it in right before they pounce, allowing them to cut off any possible escape routes. Now to us, it's interesting and pretty cool, but to a mouse trying to make it home to his family, that's gotta be some bullshit. And cats don't just have it on their face, they have whiskers all over. And you can't even play dead with the cat since they have carpal whiskers that allow them to tell if their prey is playing or, actually past tense. And honestly, this might be the most broken ability cats have. It's basically impossible to catch a cat slipping. They don't have to hear you, they don't even have to smell you. All it takes is the smallest change in air currents to dry snitch on you. But as predators, cats are the ones that do the sneaking, which only makes their next ability even more of a jihad for their prey. Superpower number 8. Cats are athletic freaks of nature.
Yo, their pouncing and their reaction time is insane.
No, seriously, cats are the most athletic group of animals on Earth, and I'ma stand on that. There might not be a single event at the Olympics that one of the 40 flavors of feline can flex on us in. You want speed? Cheetahs can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and can peak out at over 70 miles per hour. A cheetah on a Sunday morning jog can still get pulled over on the turnpike, ain't that crazy? Want to see some long jumping? Cougars can clear 45 feet horizontally on an off day. You want to see a cat get high minus the catnip? The serval jumps so high that their meal prep literally involves pimp slapping birds right out of the air. And for powerlifting, here we have a literal deadlift by a leopard using only its teeth. Yes, that is a lion. Yes, that is a giraffe. And speaking of leopards, there are also gymnasts on steroids that turn trees into jungle gyms. And if you think you're safe from the smoke and water, keep in mind that the caiman is part of one of the most successful group of predators in history. And all it took was an aquatic equalizer in the form of a cat to wreck their entire game plan. Not to mention jaguars have been seen swimming clear across the Panama Canal. Yeah, that one. Also, they have a hydraulic press for a jaw. God help you if you get caught in it. And all I need to say about tigers is that this is an Indian gar, and even this walking Red Bull logo can get choked out by a 500-pound striped Giggle Garfield. And I don't even need to say anything about lions. Those triceps speak for themselves. Cats are nature's population control, and there isn't anywhere on Earth outside of the Devil's Ice Rink that doesn't have some kind of cat.
Oh my God, bro. Just lurking, boy.
Running it. Even the travel-sized ones are a menace. The deadliest cat in the world is the African black-footed cat, and because of their metabolism, not only can they catch up to 15 bodies a night, they also have a hunting success rate of 60%. Not even lions, tigers, and leopards can touch that. There's a reason why domestic cats put billions of animals on shirts a year, and sometimes they turn entire species into history lessons. And unlike their wild cousins, a lot of times with domestic cats, they do it just for fun. Yeah, you think it's cute, but it's bloodlust. And if you're a mouse, an op with whiskers is like Thanos. They do be inevitable, especially when you factor superpower number 9. Cats can teleport. I'm dead serious. Cats do this thing where they just spawn wherever the plot needs them to be.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Facts. It's called the cat distribution system. They just be where the fuck they need to be at all times. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
Solitary
sense.
hunters, cats can cover insane amounts of distance in times that really make no sense. Take mountain lions, for example. Young male cougars will often travel hundreds of miles away from their mother's territory to find their own. In 2009, a tagged cougar took a walk that took him from Black Hills, South Dakota, all the way to Greenwich, Connecticut. Basically, he hiked from Mount Rushmore to 30 miles from Manhattan. And it's not just cougars that go cross-country. A tiger named T1 managed to walk 800 miles across India in only a few months, fueled by nothing but the power of horny. And of course, there's a story about
power of horny is crazy.
a jaguar that randomly showed up in Arizona just outside Tucson. I could really keep going. From June 2017 to July 2018, a young lynx trekked from a wildlife refuge in Alaska all the way into the heart of the Yukon. A trip that totaled 2,174 miles.
Oh my God.
His name was Hobo, by the way. Can't even make that up. But the best story of teleporting cats was Clementine Jones. She was a cat in New York whose family left her behind because they were moving and they figured the trip would be too hard on a pregnant cat. Oh, little did they know. Clementine spent a couple of months with her kittens and then one day just headed out and popped up at her old family's home 1,600 miles away in Denver.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Wow, that is actually insane.
And it's not even like the family got tricked by a dupe. Clementine was born with an extra toe and had a burn mark on her shoulder. There was no mistaking her. There's only one cat power that's arguably more impressive, and you saw it coming as soon as you clicked on this video. Superpower number 10, mind control. And it's all because of a little parasite called, you know the name, Toxoplasma gondii. It all starts when this parasite enters a cat because they literally only reproduce in their bowels and their eggs don't get passed until the cat has a movement, usually in a litter box. Now here's the problem. The Toxoplasma gondii needs to find a way back into the cat in order to hit restart on its life cycle, and the best way to do that is by setting up shop inside one of the animals on its grocery list. The only issue is no mouse that values its life is going anywhere near a death sentence with toe beans to make it happen. So the parasite, which by the way basically uses the mouse as a layover, they begin to rewire its brain in order to remove the fear of cats. And I don't even know how, but infected mice can even start fiending for cat pee. With more irrational confidence in a father of 4 and an Instagram model's comments, it's easier for the mouse to get body bagged by its number 1 op, thus repeating this vicious mouse murking cycle. And of course, we now believe that when this same parasite invades us, they do the same thing they would to a mouse. Which is why popular opinion is that the Toxoplasma parasite causes an unreasonable attraction to cats. And it's possible that this factory reset of our personality is due to the parasite making enzymes that control dopamine. And it's not just humans that can get infected. Turns out afflicted hyena cubs end up bolder in the face of lions, which is a great way for them to get invited to a meet and greet with Mufasa. It's not 100% proven that the parasite's responsible for all the cat people in the world, but hear me out. There's proof that this parasite was present in ancient Egyptian mummies. And these were the people that straight up worshipped them. Not to mention up to a third of all people alive right now have it, and most have no idea. Wow. And that's why I say cats have the wildest plot armor I've ever seen. Because real talk, only cats could spin a parasitic infection into a way of living rent-free. Trust me, I would know. Isn't that right, Maple? And that's why cats are the most broken animals in nature. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book. Hold on, sorry girl. Okay. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book, 100 Animals That Can, Redacted, Kill You. Link in the description if you want to see for yourself. But make sure you drink water, hug your mother, hug a cat. It might just save your life. And if he allows it, I'ma see y'all in the next one.
W Kitty.
Aw, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Okay. Okay, you can go now. There you go. I love that guy.
W Cat. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't judge, because that's how I talk to my kitties too. Those are my children. Those are my children. You feel me? Nah, but W video though. You know what I'm saying? W Cat video. If my children weren't sleeping, they'd be in here to watch it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.